Hello there and a very, very good evening. My name's Shawan and guess what? It's Tuesday. It's 8 o'clock and that means, of course, Cruise Day with Planet Cruise. Love this show. It's been running now, I think it's nearly 10 years, and every Tuesday night we bring you the best deals and exclusive offers that are available. We've got a very special show tonight and Justin is back with us, looking very smart and dapper.
Thank you very much.
You are.
Good to see you again.
Have you dressed up because Ruth from Celebrity is joining us?
Of course, of course. I even had a tie, but apparently I wasn't allowed to wear it because it was too warm in the studio. This is fine here in the studio. It's lovely. I mean, we've been in the Caribbean and we've done captain's cocktail parties with our Dickie bows on. It's fine. Heat is good.
Well, actually, we're going to the Caribbean this hour, aren't we?
To be fair, we've actually got a fantastic show tonight. We're going to be kicking off with the Royal Caribbean deal. We've got some mini breaks as well. That if you just want a couple of nights cruise, literally across to France and back, just to sort of like a little bit of a tester if you've never been before, or if you just want to get away for a couple of days, great. We've got Ruth coming up from Celebrity. I'll let her talk you through that. We've also got a fantastic deal for Thomson. We've got NCL.
That's the all-inclusive one, isn't it?
All-inclusive. Yeah. NCL, which is now all-inclusive. And we've got Silversea cruises coming up for you later on. But before we go any further, P&O passengers and Cunard passengers, you can go online right now and you can pre-register your interest for some exclusive discounts. So this is the...
Oh, this is 2019?
This is 2019. So this starts on Monday. You can pre-register and you can get up to 15% for P&O Cruises passengers. So if you're already a past passenger, you get 10%, but Planet Cruise will also give you a further 5% on P&O Cruises, and for Cunard up to 10%. So go online, sign up, and all the terms and conditions are on the website.
And I believe last time we did this, 100% of passengers got the cabin that they requested and wanted. So, loads to look forward to. I woke up in a really bad mood this morning because I realised that summer was over, it was raining, it was cold, but...
Oh dear.
I'm happy again.
You
now.
need a cruise. Oh, you're going on one.
Yeah, I am. Oh, somebody else that needs a cruise, Phil Adamson, who I met on a cruise recently. He normally doesn't watch the show because he's on a cruise. But But finally, he did 8 back-to-back cruises when I met him, but he is watching the show tonight. So, Phil, hello. I'm sure we can find something
Let me
for
see you, Phil.
And everyone else, all of our regulars and new viewers as well. Now, we're going to start with the Independence of the Seas, which was actually the very first ship that I went on. Fell in love with her, and she's just being completely refurbished, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got some fantastic new facilities. First trampolining area at sea.
No.
Yeah, you can trampoline, and you're not going to go overboard. You've got some fantastic... Yeah, just as well. Well, in the metaphorical sense. Also, you've got a new outdoor cinema as well. And usually, you know, when ships get refitted, it's not just a lick of paint here and there. Everything, the whole area is, well, in fact, sometimes on turnaround days, you'll see things reupholstered. It's amazing what they do.
But a lot's going to be done.
A lot's going to be done. I mean, look, really popular ship. She was one of the largest ships at the time until some of the other Royal Caribbean ships took over from the largest in the actual fleet itself. But she's absolutely stunning. But it's where you're going. And the price on this one, £95 per person per night. And we're talking a 14-night Mediterranean cruise. So really, really good value. And deposit only.
I'm going to say, low deposit, £150. Anyway, do you want to have a look? Yeah. Let's talk.
Take a goosey gander. First of all, Royal Caribbean, it's all about fun. I know we say about cruising, it's nice relaxing, but there is never a dull moment on a Royal Caribbean ship. You've got the signature climbing wall, you've got your golf pitch and putt, you've got Wave Rider, which is on board the Independence, and there's plenty, you know, it's not just about the kids, it's about the big kids as well, the young at heart, so plenty for escape room. If you've seen that in some of the big cities, and the first seat, top deck trampoline park, my other half would absolutely love that.
Wow.
She's desperate to get a trampoline in the back garden. It's a
like
good job we haven't got a back garden.
The escape room, we could do with one of those here.
You just want to stick me in there, because that'll be it. I'll be in there for a week. I'll be like, no, I'm quite fine in here.
As long as
they got room service, then that'll be fine. Anyway, you're actually departing from Southampton. So for those of you, I just want to point out that bear in mind, if you are travelling down from up north, we do a fantastic deal with one of our hotel partners in Winchester. So just ask about that. We will be talking about that a little bit later on. However, we're sailing across, first of all, to Gibraltar. This is a fantastic port, lovely way to kick off. It's a little bit of Britain away, if you get what I mean. Go up the rocks, see the monkeys. There he is. He's still sat there. They don't sit still for that long, I can tell you. But there's some great historical parts of the Rock, and of course, great duty free there as well. Talking of history, you want to go to the next port of call, Cartagena. This goes actually back to the Second Punic War. So you've got a lot of history here, and this is also the gateway to Costa Calida, which is 175 miles of beaches. So I don't think you're going to be short of finding a spot there. Then you've got Palma de Mallorca. Now, this is one of the classics. If you remember going there, it's sort of like family holidays.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember, yeah.
And in fact, to be fair, we actually go quite regularly to Mallorca. It's beautiful. You're going to be docking in the main port itself, so you can see the actual cathedral. Great shopping around there and some local delicacies. And if you want to see how the other half live, go up the west. I think it's Dolphin Marina, and there's all these beautiful yachts, supercars, and lovely restaurants around there that you can sit and people watch.
It's a beautiful place.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely stunning. Anyway, then we're off to Barcelona. Now, Barcelona, we could spend a whole hour on what to do in Barcelona. Here's the highlight, though. You want to go to Las Ramblas, one of the most popular. Of course, Sagrada Familia as well. Don't go in. It's a waste of time and money. Stand outside and look at it, because if you go in, you're only looking down. You could be at anything. I think you've got to stand there and look at it. Also, the Gaudi Park as well. For those of you that are football fans, you've got the new camp, and definitely walk down to the beach. Barcelona didn't have beaches up until the Olympics back in 1992. And it's a fantastic feeling down there, especially sort of late afternoon.
Good vibe, isn't it?
Oh, lovely vibe. I love Barcelona. I can't wait to go back. Then we're off to one of my favourite ports. In fact, it's one of the only ports that I've actually gone back to and had a holiday there. Just before we came on air, we were actually talking about how little I holiday, because I've been lucky enough to travel. Villefranche is the port where you can go to Nice, you can jump on the bus or you can jump on the train. You can go to Monaco as well, but to be fair, I'd stay in Villefranche. So Villefranche, you've got this beautiful harbour. You can actually walk around the harbour and go around St John Cap Ferrat. And this is where a lot of the celebrities have had residence in the past. And when I say celebrities, I'm not really just talking about the sort of more recent. I'm talking about the days of proper silver screen. Yeah. You know, some beautiful residences.
You're not talking about triple Z list like me, are you, Justin?
Or me. I tell you, you never know who you're going to see there. I saw a very famous designer with very, very long hair and a very, very nice bag. I won't go into any more detail. Anyway, then we're off to Corsica. Now, Corsica, is it French? Is it Italian? Is it Italian? Is it French? Because when you actually go into some of the towns, they actually put in Corsican, French and Italian. There's this sort of identity. But I tell you what, I love the melting pot of culture that you got there. Fantastic food. Ajaccio as well was the home of Napoleon Bonaparte. Plenty to go and do if you want to get out of the town as well. Some walking tours in the forest, some very nice places up there. Anyway, then we have a nice relaxing day at sea, because to be fair, you know, you have been quite port intensive. And then we're going to go to Malaga. Malaga's fantastic. Tapas, shopping, great bit of history. It's one of those ports that you can get off and just have a wander and have a roam.
Which is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, instead of getting on a tour bus and going off and doing too much.
But you need a mixture on a cruise.
Yeah, and to be fair, the next port, which is Cadiz, or which is Seville, you've got plenty to see and do. You've got the Cathedral of Seville, dates back to the 12th century, so you've got this lovely Moorish plaza. You've got the sherry bodegas around there. There's the Royal Andalusian School of Equestrian Art as well, so there's plenty to see and do. All I'd say is, again, have a wander around the old town. It's amazing what, you know, you turn around a street and you never know what's around there. You can find a lovely little antique shop or a cafe. You never know. 2 relaxing days at sea and then back into Southampton. Of course, again, the beauty of sailing from Southampton, you don't have to worry about luggage. You don't have to worry about, as in, the weight of your luggage. And especially for those of you that don't like flying or can't fly, then it's perfect.
Now, what's your eyesight like, Justin?
What's my eyesight?
Yeah.
Go on.
Can you read that at the bottom of the screen? I can.
Oh, all-inclusive drinks package?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you read that at home? An all-inclusive drinks package for the whole 2 weeks. So I'm thinking you get on board in Southampton, and before you know it, you'll have a drink in your hand, and you'll be looking out and sailing away. So it's a fantastic deal today. And as we mentioned, a low deposit at just £150 per person to secure your place. I've got a feeling, you never know with cruises, but I think that price, you know, I think this one's going to sell quickly. I think that's a great price, you know, who knows, that price could really go up in the near future. But you've got a guaranteed price of $1,489 with that all-inclusive drinks package for 2 weeks on that one as well. And the ship, she's already gorgeous, but she is going to look spectacular with some, you know, great new additions as well. So let's just remind you what's included if you book tonight. Forgot to mention, if you book a balcony or a suite cabin, you will receive free port parking. Again, that's worth a lot of money for the 2 weeks. As we kept mentioning, just a low deposit tonight of £150 per person, and this does include all of your drinks, and they're great drinks, things like your cocktails, spirits, wines. I like all of those. And all these new activity innovations as well. Look, you don't have to be super active, you don't have to do all of those, but if you are going with a family, I can honestly say there is something to do for absolutely everybody. And price-wise, I'll just give you the prices across the board there. The inside starts at 1489, Ocean View starts at 1745, and the balcony, brilliant price there of £2,215. That is for 2 weeks, bear in mind, and it is all inclusive.
But the thing is, if 2 weeks is a little bit too much, we've got a great opportunity for people that want to travel with Royal Caribbean. This would be perfect for our Auntie Di, because she's never been on a ship. She says, oh, I don't like the idea, it's too big and I can't see where I'm going. I'm like, have you been on one of them? No. She'll go on one, and that'll be it. Every year she'll be booking. This is a great opportunity for those of you that haven't sailed before, those that want to try a ship before doing a full 2 week cruise, or you just want to get away for a little bit of a mini break. Take a look at these, because these are great deals. So both the Royal Caribbean, it's a 2-night on board the Independence of the Seas. And that's the 15th of May next year from just £199 per person. Or you can have a 3-night, this goes across the Cherbourg, again on Independence of the Seas, in May 2018 for just £299.
Do you know, I'm actually, and I'm really meaning this at home, I might book the 3-nighter on that one, just for a mini break. I mean, you know me, I can never do enough cruises in a year. I'd love to do that one. Just 3 nights, but it's so nice to get back on the Independence of the Seas, actually. So yeah, you might well see me on board on that one as well. But guess who's back on the sofa? Our lovely Ruth from Celebrity is back with us tonight.
Lovely
Hello,
to see you. How are you guys?
Well, very excited. I'm excited because I'm counting the days to my next Celebrity cruise.
I know, exciting. And you're taking your mum.
I am. Actually, this is the true story. I'm hosting a cruise for Celebrity on the 18th of October, and I actually booked the last. I got the last balcony cabin
available, and you got it for your mum. How great is that?
And her male companion, I'll say no more. Yeah, seriously, I'm really pleased. So,
she's starting with the best.
She's already been with Celebrity. She loves them, yeah.
Good.
But I'm really delighted. But Ruth, I've got to say, you're tempting me again, because you've got an amazing offer tonight for next year, haven't you?
Yes, Celebrity Silhouette, Scandinavia and Russia. We do a lot of these itineraries, but it is so popular and great ports of call. Wonderful ship, maiden season
from Southampton.
Yes, she's sailed in the Mediterranean, she's sailed in the Caribbean, but she's never sailed from Southampton. So we've got her for the whole season, and she's my favourite ship. She really is.
Is she?
I love her.
She's got loads on that, hasn't she?
She has. She has got a gorgeous lawn club, and we've got a VT which we can show you, some of the differences. Because although she's a sister ship to Eclipse, she is a little newer, and she does have some lovely differences.
Oh. Yeah. Let's see the younger sister. Let's see the younger sister then, Ruth.
Well, absolutely. So you can see there, she's got her gorgeous lawn and our wonderful pool butlers. But have a look, because there is the Lawn Club Grill, where you can choose your own steak. You can have wonderful fun, cook with the chef. You've got the alcoves there. You can book one of those privately and have secluded time. Then there's the porch. This is a seafood restaurant. You've got a seafood tower there. You've got prawns and scallops, mahi-mahi. And then there's the hideaway. Now, this is wonderful, where very quiet, secluded, quiet time. I call them our little nesting spots that you can hide away in. But, of course, she still has all of the wonderful features that you know and love from Eclipse. So, aqua-class staterooms, cuisine restaurant, the Martini Ice Bar, which I know you're counting down the days to spending your evenings there as well. So she is a wonderful ship.
Now, the first thing, because I'm very, I love Celebrity. I think this is my 8th cruise I'll be doing. But I'm also very aware of pricing, because you're
Yes.
regular on the show. And I looked at the prices and I said to Ruth, why are the prices so low on this for 2 weeks?
Well,
there is a reason,
There
isn't
is. We've got a very, very special offer at the moment where the second guest sails for half price. And if you're taking families, third and fourth, the children sail for half price
So that's
as well.
that's been worked into the price on the
It
screen.
has.
So that's why they're low, basically.
It has. We've taken the savings into account. So the prices you see on the screen are the price per person. But it's an amazing offer that we literally only launched a couple of days ago. And if you look at that price on the screen, $11.49 for 2 weeks. That's £82 a night.
I was
for
just looking at that.
celebrity.
Did you notice? I was actually looking, thinking, hang on, is this really?
I know.
Yeah.
Thinking, have you got your ones and your fours round the wrong way?
I was. So it is,
But you haven't.
under £83 per person per
It
night.
is.
And
It
if
is.
you go for an ocean view balcony, you will get the...
Free classic drinks package.
Which
Everybody loves
yeah.
it. Justin, you have to try. You have to come sail with us and try
When
our
I have the
classic
invite,
drinks
I should come on. No, to be fair, we were actually talking about this.
You know you'd love it.
No,
You
we
would.
were talking about this earlier on because the destinations that we're going to, I remember one of the celebrity ships, and this is going back, was it 2003?
2005, you said.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
2000, it was either 2003 or 2005. We looked at the photos earlier on, and it's just those little memories. You know, I was looking across at, bear in mind, I was on a P&O ship looking across.
At our beautiful celebrity
Yeah,
ship.
and no, but on the quayside, just the little touches,
Yes.
like serving
And
drinks.
yes.
People are
Yeah.
queuing up, and you're like, it's a really nice
Yeah.
touch. They're
It
not
is
the
those
cheapest,
service extras.
but sometimes you just go, but look at
It's
what
so
you get.
special.
And you're 5-star. And honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
and I mean this, celebrity site again and again and again. So do not leave it too late on this one.
No.
Let's show you. Now, I'm not just saying, again, I'm very tempted to this, Ruth, because I've never been to this
Oh,
part of
this
the
is
world.
one of the most iconic itineraries in the world that you must do.
Well, I'll let
Yeah.
you and Justin talk me through then.
Well, Bruce, I mean, you've got history, you've got chocolate. Which one do you want to do first? There's plenty of places to buy chocolate. There's around 125 different breweries as well, so there's plenty of local ale to try. But you've got so much. You've got the Bruce Belfry, you've got the canals. You've got to go on one of the canal boat trips. You have
Yeah.
to.
But we also offer chocolate making classes with a chocolatier in Bruges.
Do you
There you go.
We do.
You've got the Church of Our Lady as well. You've also got Flanders Fields. So if you want to do the historical Second World War stuff,
Wonderful.
then you can do. So, really great way to kick off. You've got a nice relaxing day to make the most of the ship. And, really, if you haven't been on a cruise before, you get up on that open deck. It's great on the promenade deck with that lovely teak underneath your feet. You get up on the lawn club with real
yeah.
grass in between,
Yeah.
and you're just like, it's an experience like you
Another
would not
world.
believe.
I love the ship so much I have to force myself to get off in Portsmouth. I honestly do. I think, you better get off the ship.
It's true.
To be fair, this particular port itself, I actually remember it was absolutely an awful day. A really awful, wet, grey, miserable day. I had the best time.
Yeah.
I was like, we've got to go out. We've got to go to Tivoli Gardens.
Yeah.
And we went all the way down to Tivoli. It's got one of the oldest roller coasters there. Believe it or not, it was the first time as an adult that I can remember having candy floss. And that sounds really weird. I go, I can't remember when I had candy floss. I think I was about 5 and I was like in my 20s. So Tivoli, you've got to go and see and do it. Some great shopping and some great culture there. If you actually walk off the ship, you'll see the Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid.
Oh,
she is
she's
really
beautiful.
little.
She's tiny.
Yeah.
But she's
she's like you,
beautiful.
Ruth.
She is. Yes.
And you've got some great colourful. These are fantastic when
It's a
the weather's
gorgeous
there.
walkway with seafood restaurants. Sit outside, watch the world go by. It's
Traditional
beautiful.
gaffers boats as
Yep,
well.
the
It's
palace
just
is
brilliant.
there.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Then we're off to Stockholm in Sweden. Now, there's so much to do here. You've got a lot of Viking history. Again, a real mixture of culture.
Yeah.
If you love your museums, then you'll love this here in particular. And the actual climate is actually quite nice. It's also the place that they had the first ever ice bar.
Yes.
Really?
That
In the
you actually
world.
need to wrap up very warm because the whole bar is ice.
It's made of ice.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But here you get an overnight. You've got 2 days in
What
Stockholm.
would you do overnight, Ruth?
Well, there is something lovely that I was just researching. You can do a sunset wildlife safari. Or
nice.
you could do an evening. Look at that gorgeous view with the sun setting. A sunset canal cruise, because Stockholm is built across 14 islands. It's one of the most beautiful sailings in the world. But I would love to just sail through the canals in the evening.
Yeah.
Watch the sun go down.
sounds lovely.
Gorgeous.
Definitely. Tallinn's the next port of call, and it's something that, well, again, this is one of the only other places that I've actually been to on holiday. The old square is beautiful. You'll see, I mean, hopefully you won't see it too cold like that, but it is beautiful. There's the town hall. Around here, it's just people watching. Absolutely fair. Walk up the hill as well. It's worth the walk up to St Mary's as well, because there's a beautiful church up at the top there. And a great flower market. It doesn't look like it, but on the left-hand side, it is
that would
one
be
of the
my
most
heaven.
beautiful. I actually remember, I'll show my softer side. I can remember going there and buying flowers and taking them back for my then girlfriend, who's now my partner.
Oh, so he has got a soft side.
You know, you
really
do make, and it is, even though, you know, you think, oh, well, I'm on a cruise, get some flowers to your cabin, because they're so beautiful.
It is wonderful. But it looks like fairyland, and I always expect to see Cinderella pop out.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it certainly is.
Now, a place I'm dying to visit is St Petersburg. Never been there. It's
So
on my
much
list.
to do,
Yeah.
and again, an overnight with 2 days.
Do you know, the overnights here, again, showing my slightly more cultured side. Every time I went back here, I'd have to go to the ballet.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds a bit strange,
Yeah.
but I loved it because I felt like James Bond.
To see the
I'd
Russian
get off,
ballet
yeah,
in
you
Russia,
go there and
it's
you
the
sort of
best.
like, you know, stood up on a balcony having a glass of champagne, going a beautiful
Yeah.
orchestra, fantastic performance.
Yeah.
And in the daytime, I mean, the markets are great. You know, you can get your little babushka dolls, you can get all the old Russian military hats as well, if you want to get one of those to come
But
back.
for me, you've got to go and see Peterhof, where you can see there the wonderful fountains. You've got the Hermitage Museum.
Yeah.
If you look at each object of art in the Hermitage for 1 minute, it would take you 9 years to get around.
Yeah, you can't do it all in one day.
Yeah, you just so much to see
Church
and do.
of Spilt Blood as well. You've got to go there for the
incredible.
actual picture of the
Yeah.
classic church.
Incredible
anyway,
city.
Now, the next day will be absolutely outstanding because it's a day at sea.
Oh, yeah. To enjoy the ship.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then into Berlin. Well, the actual port is actually Warnemünde,
Yeah.
and then you can transfer in. To be fair, Warnemünde itself is a beautiful seaside town. It's got this quintessential Britishness about it, because the weird thing is they've got these old, you know, you go back to sort of, I don't know what era it would have been, but where even men used to have swimming costumes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they've got these little wicker
In
basket
the
changing
20s
rooms,
and 30s,
and they
yeah.
would go, they go swimming every day, even on
Yeah.
Christmas Day. It's freezing cold. Fantastic resort, and there's a little island that they do a lot of sand sculptures. Anyway, you've got 2 relaxing days at sea, and then you come back to Southampton. And I mean, look, there's so much there. If you've never been to this part of the world, the fact that you've got overnights, not only in St Petersburg, but also in Stockholm. There are different itineraries as well, just if you do want to spend a little bit more time there.
And I was just going to say, can we just talk us through some of the
Well, there's
amazing
the
places
Lawn Club Grill,
on the
and
ship?
actually, when I was on board, and my brother actually went and cooked with the chef, it was fabulous to dine al fresco at night.
Ruth, that is actually, I'm going to say, I think it's my favourite
Is
restaurant.
it? You did it on Reflection,
On Reflection,
didn't you?
yeah. And,
there's the alcoves.
it's the atmosphere, the ambience,
Yes.
it's amazing.
My favourite place, the Sunset Bar up at the lawn for sail away, perfect from Stockholm, for example. The Hideaway, where you can pop into the pods, relax. Tuscan Grill, the gorgeous restaurants, cuisine, sushi lollipops, which reminds me of Keith, of course. But we have the largest and rarest wine collection at sea. As you step on board, you'll be greeted with a complimentary glass of champagne. The shows, I know you're a huge fan.
Incredible.
Yeah, 18 new shows we've launched in 18 months.
Honestly, they're like nothing else you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Now, I know we are sadly out of time. We could spend hours.
We could.
Seriously. But an amazing price tag. The reason why they're so low, special campaign right now, so the second guest is going for half price. Those savings are included in the prices shown. Also, if you go for an ocean view and above, you'll get free unlimited drinks. We'll talk about that in a second. And half price gratuities. And selected dates, really look out for these, on the 23rd of June and 7th of July, you'll get a free upgrade from an ocean view to a balcony.
Yes.
So having a balcony for 2 weeks.
It is, but as you know, we've got a whole range of dates that you can sail with us between May and August.
Ooh.
Free upgrades and
also,
so much.
You've got regional flights. If you do live far away from Southampton, you can actually arrange regional flights as well.
You can, yes, if you want to fly from Scotland, from Leeds Bradford, from Belfast or Dublin, if anyone's viewing in Southern Ireland, yes. Or, of course, you can drive to Southampton and
stay the holiday in
overnight.
Winchester,
which I've stayed in, and it's lovely. Absolutely lovely.
You said really, really modern, really new.
It is. Yeah. It is.
Price-wise, these will go really quickly tonight.
They will.
Do have a look. So the best prices we've ever seen.
For this, absolutely. Leading in at £82 per person per night. But also you can see there's some wonderful free upgrades. Even in July, just over £1,700 for a balcony with free drinks. And you would get 50% off your gratuities as well. Incredible offer.
Really, really good.
Really is.
And then finally, I kind of know this drinks package inside out.
You do. You are the expert. But we call it a classic drinks package, but it includes premium brands. So you will get Johnny Walker, Absolute, Bombay, Bacardi, Pimm's, beers, wines, cocktails, but also your soft drinks, bottled water, specialty coffees. It's unlimited. An incredible value.
Can I just say a massive thank you to Celebrity. I can't wait for my next cruise.
I'm sure.
18th of October.
Counting down.
Yeah, Ruth, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you both very much.
Loved it. And book that tonight because it will go very, very quickly. But we're going to move on now to, I think we're going to have a really busy show tonight, actually. We are taking you on board the Thomson celebration next. So have a look at this and Justin and I will talk you through. So, Justin, whenever we feature Thomson, they get the most amazing response.
Yeah, it's just because it's great value. I mean, look at the price that you've actually got there. Bear in mind, this is for December Sun. This is one of the only cruises that's actually going to be going out this year. So it's not quite a Christmas cruise, but it's not too far from it. And this time of the year, December, in the Caribbean, I am in. Definitely. Thomson itself, though, the ships, what they do is it's a brilliant sort of business model. They've taken classic cruise ships that other cruise lines have outgrown and they've gone, you know what, we can breathe a new lease of life into it. And like a fine classic car, there's something about it, there's an atmosphere. The staff on board really do make the difference as well because they love their job. I mean, generally in the whole cruise industry, it is that way. But Thomson have got that rapport with their guests. It does, they kind of welcome you back home.
And whenever Justin and I meet, you know, fellow cruisers, you always rave about Thomson. You know, everyone says great service, great food, as Justin just said.
Yeah,
brilliant
good shows
entertainment
as well.
And value. You know, this is all about value as well. You're getting an outside tonight. Tips included. I've noticed something else, Justin, have you?
Is that free upgrade?
To all-inclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An all-inclusive Thomson cruise in the Caribbean in December. I can hear the phones ringing right now.
Yeah, I can as well.
Anyway, it's where you're going. And I tell you what, I'm just going to give you the greatest hits. I'm going to hold no punches. You're going to the Caribbean, you're flying in, this is your first port, this is actual embarkation port. Your first port itself is Tortola. And this is brilliant. You can go to Virgin Gordy, you can go to Pusser's Landing, where they have the old Royal Navy rum, or you can go to Cane Garden Bay. So there's plenty to see and do here. There's also, or there was a really cool bar called the Bat Cave. I had to go in there. It's Batman. It's just one of those things. But it really is a great place, Tortola. Then we're off to St Martin. Now, St Martin has got fantastic facilities. It's a Dutch and French island. Very, very, when I say Americanised, it's like a resort. As soon as you step off, everything is there. Some great restaurants, really good restaurants, really good duty-free here as well. So check out the duty-free and some good tours. So if you want to do something a little bit more active, then you can do. Antigua, well, there's 365 beaches for 365 days of the year, and some of the most beautiful ones as well. In fact, National Geographic have voted some of these the best beaches and the best bays in the world. Then we're off to St Lucia. I've got a very good friend of mine that's just come back from St Lucia. He recommended Sulfrey, but you're actually docking at Castries. Now you can go to Marigot Bay, which is one of the things you just have to do. You have to go to Marigot Bay. Go and see the Pitons, and if you want good beaches, go to the north of the island to Pigeon Point. It's the type of place that's really good to get a taxi and just explore. Yeah. You know, just have a little bit of a barter, have a negotiation, walk away.
They're very easy to get around.
I know, yeah, I know. The thing is you've got to have that little bit of banter.
Yeah. Oh, you have. Yeah.
You got it. Anyway, then we're off to Grenada. Now, Grenada's a spice island. There's a great spice market there, and also one of the best beaches, Grand Anne's Beach. Get a water taxi round, or you can go in a taxi, but definitely good there. Now, the next one, relaxing day at sea, and then into the Dominican Republic. We were talking about this earlier on.
I didn't know this next one.
Look at this. Does that look like a Spanish villa in the middle of a beautiful Caribbean island? Yes, it is. It was completed in 2000, and it is one of the most premier resorts. I've never been into this port myself, but I'm telling you now, I would have this on my high list of priorities to be going in there. Then we are off to... we're going back to Tortola.
Tortola, isn't it? Yeah.
Back into Tortola. Now, again, you can do things like swimming with dolphins here. You can hire a buggy and go around the island, so definitely something to do there. Then at St Kitts. St Kitts is the best place to pick up your handicrafts. Port Zante is the big sort of cruise terminal that you can see here. You can go and do sort of quad biking. There's a few historical ports as well, but for me, it's getting handicrafts. Dominica, go to Champagne Beach. And it's not because they serve champagne there, it's because when you snorkel, there's this beautiful sort of bubbles, like, you know, like in a fish tank.
Yeah.
The bubbles come up through there. They come up through the ocean floor, and it's just, that's why they call it Champagne Beach, like the bubbles in champagne. Then we're into Bridgetown, Barbados, one of my favourite places. You just have to go there. The town itself is great for duty free, and the only place that you need to go to for beaches is the boatyard. It's the best place. There's a great party sort of atmosphere and good beaches as well. Then we're off to Martinique. This is the one that if you do want to save a day for dressing up and having a nice lunch and making the most of it, just do it. Do it. Imagine that you're just on your own on a desert island. That is definitely the place to do. Relaxing day at sea, and then back into Romana, and then heading back to the UK. I mean, 15 nights on Thomson, all inclusive, is just £82 per person per night. We've got flights to Manchester and Birmingham, but bear in mind supplements will apply, so just check that. But really flexible, and deposit only from £125 per person.
I mean, you know, bear in mind, everything's included here. You're going to get an outside, so you've got a room with a view. You've got a free upgrade tonight. If you book tonight, you'll get that free upgrade. Say it again, Justin.
A room with a view. A room with a view.
Two all-inclusive. Anyway. So these are exclusive discounts tonight. And as we mentioned, flights based on Gatwick, but we have got them from Manchester and Birmingham for supplement as well. Again, we know this one is going to fly tonight. So a quick reminder, we've got the free upgrade to the outside. And I've got to say, the deluxe isn't that much more either. Even the suites. Oh, that's fab. Anyway.
Yeah. Yes.
Guess what we've also got?
We've got not one,
but two.
Thomson last-minute deals. Are you ready for this one? So if you'd like to go cruising in October this year, yes, October this year with Thomson, then we've got a 7-night around the Iberia and Malaga from just £659 per person. That's leaving on the 8th of October. And on the 17th of October, we've got a 7-night Spanish Delights from Mallorca. Again, that's the Thomson Majesty from just £629 per person. So two last-minute deals that if you're thinking about, you know, I mean, that's just over a month away now. We're into September, aren't we?
And both have got those free upgrades to outside cabins as well. So they've got their own ID number. So if you want the 8th of October, the ID number, just jot it down right now, is 119101. And for the 17th of October, the ID number is 119169. Just give us a call, and our cruise consultants can tell you a little bit more about those. But we are going to take you somewhere completely different now. We're going to take you to the gorgeous Norwegian fjords, aren't we?
Yeah, and this is actually with Norwegian Cruise Line.
It is.
Now, one of the great things about Norwegian Cruise Line this year is they have gone all-inclusive, and this is premium all-inclusive.
I was going to say premium, isn't it?
So it really does make a difference, and they are the first cruise line to do that. So the price that you see down there, that is all-inclusive as standard. Now, the great thing about this, that's all the service charges included as well. The great thing about that is you don't have to then budget. You don't have to worry about going, oh, shall I have it? Oh, no, better not have that. Just enjoy yourself, you know, drink responsibly, but you can indulge, and you don't have to worry about the bar bill at the end of it. But where you're going, some great ones. If you've ever wanted to go, not just to Norway, but on the historic Flom Railway, Flom, whichever way you want to call it, then this is a perfect opportunity for you.
And of course, I've actually been lucky. I've cruised on the fjords twice now, and they're absolutely breathtaking. You're going to see some lovely images, but in real life, honestly, it's so much better and so much more impressive. First day is obviously at sea, isn't it?
Yeah, and then your first port of call, new one on me. This is Haugesund.
Yeah, I was because I didn't go there.
Yeah, I recognise the famous picture of what they call Pulpit Rock. It's one of those sort of beautiful views that looks impossible, but the shops itself, fantastic, really clean. Norway is, I can't describe it until you've actually been there. You don't realise how fresh the air is.
You're so right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And bear in mind that all of these towns, these are their summer towns, because in the winter they'll move back into the large areas like Bergen and the like.
But they are just so unspoilt, and you just don't see any rubbish litter.
Yeah, good history as well, because there's one of the old Viking churches here that actually date back to the 1200s. So there's what they call the Virgin Mary Needle, which is a 25-foot high pillar. And it's one of the oldest stave churches that is actually in the area. Now, the actual next day, you're actually going to be in port, but you're also going to be cruising in the fjords, Hellesant and then Grangefjord. Now, Grangefjord has got some stunning waterfalls, and you'll see this from the actual ship. I'm not too sure whether that's the Seven Sisters. It could be the Seven Sisters or the Bridal Veil, one or the other. Generally, most cruise lines will have. There's the Seven Sisters. Most cruise lines will have a like a commentary from the bridge as you're going through places like this, and it is the sort of. I mean, I know you've got Egvard Grieg, which is who's from Bergen, the classical composer. It's the sort of music you just listen to, and it is really that beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. Now, here's the highlight. You're going to go to the Flam Railway, and the Flam Rail, it's a 12-mile route. You've got 3,000 feet and 20 tunnels, and it's you know, if you ever wanted to do the Orient Express, you know, on those classic, you wanted to do the Rocky Mountaineer, then this is another one to tick off, because it's absolutely stunning.
And obviously it depends on the time of year, but generally speaking, you'll start off on this day and it'll be beautiful sunshine and it could be really nice weather. But the higher up you get, you know, suddenly you start seeing. And when I went, I think it was July, as we went up, there's still snow at the top.
One thing I do want to point out on this one, when you book this cruise, it may be worthwhile booking this tour, because it will save you time and hassle when you get on board, because you'll be queuing up at the tours desk, or you'll have missed out and then you go, oh, I've come all this way on this cruise and I can't go onto the tour. So book that with your cruise representative when you call. Then we're off to Ålesund. Now, this is a city port. This is actually quite actually modern. If you go back, there was a massive fire here that actually destroyed a lot of the old Viking buildings, and that's why it's actually relatively modern. One of their delicacies in this particular area is kipflisk, which is dried cod. So if you do like your fish, then have a go on that. Then one of my favourite places, Bergen. I've got many happy memories in Bergen. Definitely walk up into the hills, get the funicular railway up into the mountains.
And the views are amazing.
Yeah, great fish market here every week as well. So if you hit it at the right time, then even if you can't buy anything, it's just great to look at it. It's just lovely to see that scene. Then we're off to Kirkwall. Yeah, Kirkwall. We're going from Norway across the Orkney Islands. Now, this is great. I'd love to go here. I was brought up near Avebury and the Stone Circle and Stonehenge and all these megalithic monuments. There is megalithic monuments on what they call the Ring of Brogda. Sounds like something out of Lord of the Rings, doesn't it, or Game of Thrones. Other series are available, but just not as addictive. So you can go there. Great for bird watching as well. So if you like ornithology of the feathered variety, then you can go here. It's a World Heritage Site, and definitely for those of you. There's actually something here. Believe it or not, they advertise that there's graffiti. There is graffiti here. But we're not talking Banksy, we're talking Viking graffiti. So it'll just give you some sort of an idea of the first sort of settlers that are coming across. So there we go. Relaxing day at sea, then back into Southampton. So Norwegian Cruise Line, going around Norway, finishing off in the Orkney Isles. Again, premium all-inclusive, and just a great value. I mean, great ship that you've got there, great for families, great for single travellers as well, by the way. So always ask about single prices when you call. But for those of you that have always wanted to do the Flam Railway in Norway, this is the cruise for you.
Well, let's just remind you of everything that is included, and it is everything actually. So premium choice of drinks, service charges, gratuities. The reason why, again, the price is so good, it's the end of summer sale, so you get up to £200 savings per stateroom, and we actually obviously include that in the price on the screen. Children, they can actually sell from just £669, and again, they'll get all of their soft drinks, service charges and grats, and really worth doing. If you'd like to stay the night before your cruise, you can actually stay at the Holiday Inn in Winchester. We've got a really great relationship with them, and that will only cost you £95 per person. That will include all of your parking, of course, as well. And again, only deposit needed tonight. Price-wise, the price is starting at just £1,259. That's in August, which will be beautiful, actually, around the fjords. Anyway, we're going to we're going to move on to river cruises next with Riviera, 5-star river cruises.
Lovely destination. One of my favourite river cruises on the Danube, and this is a completely different experience. You're only talking 169 passengers. You're looking at 44 crew members.
Wow.
So a completely different experience.
And some great single prices on this one as well. And actually great prices for stops starting at under £1,000. Shall we have a little look?
Yeah, definitely. And whilst you're having a little look at what doesn't look like a river cruise ship, bear in mind she only actually set sail this year. She's brand new to the fleet, 5-star. Fantastic facilities on board. I really do mean this, and it is something a bit different. Your tours are also included as well. So you've got tours like guided tour of Vienna, you've got a tour of Baroque Bratislava, visits to abbeys and monasteries. I'll go through this as we hit each one of the ports, but a great experience. You pull up and sometimes cast off right from the centre of the towns. You're looking at beautiful bridges like the one there in Budapest. And it really is a different experience. Your actual cabin itself, you open the window and you're there. It's not like, oh, where is it? It's not like...
I just imagine it must be so relaxing. And to see that constant changing scenery.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And for those of you who love city breaks, I mean, this is a great way of seeing a completely different part. Because, I hate to say, if you've cruised a lot, viewers, if you're at home and you're going, do you know what, we've done the Med, or... we've done the Baltic, we've done the Caribbean, we might even do a leg of a world cruise. Have you done a river cruise? Try it, because it's completely different. You get used to the ports that are by the sea, and you actually then are in cities, and you get a completely different experience.
And and a far more intimate experience as well. Yeah.
Do need to point out that when you book this for Planet Cruise, you also get an exclusive free Kindle
included
as well. So that's part and parcel of the service you get from Planet Cruise.
Should we have a little look at some of the beautiful places you're visiting as well?
Yeah, well, you're flying out of Budapest and a coach will pick you up and take you to the actual ship itself. And, well, let's just crack on straight into the first day, because overnight you'll actually be sailing to Esztergom. And this is this is actually the capital of Hungary, going back into medieval times. And it is just superb. You spend the morning here, and then you get back on board the ship, have your lunch, and then you'll be gently just moving on down the river and heading towards Bratislava. Now, this is where you get a guided tour around the town, and indeed, for quite a communist region, this is really bustling. This is now, since the fall of the Iron Curtain, it really has completely changed and really shrugged off its past. In the afternoon, you'll actually be then cruising on further in towards Lower Austria, and this is where you start to see some incredible sights. I mean, bear in mind, you are navigating on a river that's a lot smaller. The captains are fantastic, and the sights that you see, I mean, look at the beautiful vineyards and just the... I just left to wander through there. Anyway, Durstein and Melt, this is again where you get a chance to go ashore. First of all, Durstein is well, iconic for its Baroque tower. There's this beautiful blue tower. And of course, then you have the monastery as well, the Benedictine monastery that goes back to the 11th century. It's got a 200-metre long gallery. Of course, they used to use that for exercise. They'd be wandering around. But then you rejoin the ship, have dinner on board, and then head on down. This is one of the nights where you get a classical recital on board. So if you like Wagner,
lovely.
I'm not talking about the spray machines that you do Ideal World. I'm talking about a bit of class here. Then Wagner, then you like that. Then we're off to Linz and Salzburg. Now this is where you will disembark the ship, because you'll disembark the ship, you'll get a bus into Salzburg, and this is all, again, all of this is included, all your transfers, everything is included. You get a chance then to see this beautiful, beautiful town. I mean, the actual skyline itself is fantastic in the evening as well as the daytime. The highlight is the Hellbrunn Palace. The famous fountains are just absolutely stunning. Really, really stunning. Then we are going to one of the highlights. We're going to Vienna. And this is your chance to see... well, again, this is the real melting pot of all your big classical composers. And again, you'll get a chance to have a wander around. You'll get to go to the Emperor's apartments as well. You've got the fantastic St. Stephen's Cathedral, the Vienna Boys Choir as well. So plenty to see and do there. But then you come back to Budapest. But this is where you have an overnight on board. And, well, I mean, in the daytime, you can go to the fantastic Parliament. I think it's the third largest Parliament in Europe. You've got several bridges. This is just one of them that goes across to well, I always forget which one's Buda and which one is Pest. But go across the other side. You've got the palaces over the other side. Great museums. And to be fair, if you have a wander around the town, there's some really fantastic local cuisines. You know, if you like your stroganoffs, if you like good hearty food. When I went, I can't remember the dish that I had now. We went there, and this is in the winter for the Christmas markets. I mean, I know you're going to be going there October, so it's a bit early for that. But it was a big, like a round loaf of bread, hollowed out, with the stroganoff inside.
Oh, wow.
I was in the element.
I'm going to say,
good,
that sounds
hearty,
good.
stodgy food. It's great.
Oh.
So, that then sort of really wraps up a perfect break to see all of those wonderful places.
Now, you'll notice we've got dates for next year. The reason being, these sell so quickly. You really do have to plan ahead, particularly for the single prices as well. Let's just remind you of everything that is included. So, free Kindle with every booking, of course, tonight. All of your food is obviously included, but if you want to upgrade to drinks with meals, we've got that from just £99 per person. Return flights are based on London Gatwick, and the ships differ just depending on departure date, so just please call us tonight for details. But got some great single prices there starting at 1399.
And don't forget that includes a classical recital on board, a tour of Bratislava, a guided tour of Vienna, tour of Salzburg. There's numerous different excursions that are included.
Just looking here, look at the August dates.
Yeah.
You don't pay anything extra for singles. So, yeah, those singles will go very quickly. There's only ever a few, so if you do want the single, say, cabins, give us a call tonight if you possibly can for those August dates. That's amazing at 1399. Yeah, they're going to go really fast, I think.
Definitely.
Now, talking of going fast, where's the time gone? We've only got one cruise left.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've been looking forward to this because straight away, I think sometimes you have to point out the obvious. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, it's not one of the cheapest cruises that we've had tonight.
No.
But this is because this is the cruise line that people within the industry want to cruise with. This is the people that they want to aspire to, because butler service in every suite.
Wow.
Butler service in every suite.
And everyone has a suite, don't they?
Yeah.
All the staterooms are classed as suites.
But
so.
even down to
is that right?
Yeah. Even down to the point that the butler will pack, clean, and put all your luggage together when you leave the ship.
Really?
So you don't even have to do anything.
I'm
this
already
is an
feeling
experience.
nice and lazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, if you look at the size of the ship, 17.4 thousand tons. Okay, so if you look at some of, like, the average sort of ship size now is around 100,000 tons.
Yeah,
some of the smaller ones maybe 70. Even if you look at some of the Thomson ships that sort of come down to sort of 60 and 50. But this is 17,000 tons.
And you were telling me only a few hundred passengers.
Yeah,
is that right?
and the actual ratio itself, it's 296 guests, 222 crew.
Wow, that's
226.
That's
yeah.
almost 1-to-1, isn't it?
Almost.
Wow.
It's one of the only cruise lines that Berlitz has rated as 5-star. And for Berlitz to do that, again, if you know Berlitz, then you know their standards. This is a special occasion. This is if you've always wanted to do it. This is an experience like no other. But I will say this to you, that the time that we have tonight and the way in which we're going to go through it will not do it justice. So if you look at this and you're like, I'm intrigued, I want to find out more, pick up the phone, speak to the guys, consider it. Because when you see where you're going, what you get to do, and the size of the ship, how it can get into ports that you probably have never heard before, that's when you realise how special.
And you notice that when you've done quite a few cruises, you're always sometimes looking for that next level, aren't you? Well, this is it. The only thing is, once you've done Silversea, you're at the top. You know, you really are.
I think one of the things that I want to point out is they call this all-inclusive, nothing extra, but it's an intimate boutique ship experience, and I think that really does sum it up. Anyway,
again, when you're in port sometimes and you see the Silversea ships, and you see the passengers getting off, and they're all having the most amazing time. So, shall we have a little look at
Love Against the Caribbean again.
And then we will show you some images of the ship a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But beautiful cruise on the Caribbean.
Absolutely stunning. I thought, anyway.
So, do you have the music?
Yeah, I was just enjoying that wonderful steel drum, that lovely Caribbean flavour. that we've got going on there with a gondola. Anyway, St George's Grenada, the Spice Island. We talked about this earlier on. You've got to go to Grand Downs Beach. Then we've got a nice relaxing day at sea before we go into Aruba. Aruba, great facilities in Aruba. Some great beaches as well. If you want to go for beaches, Eagle Beach and Mayo Beach and Juliana are good. This is also where, you know, you see the pictures of the planes that are coming in and you think they're going to land on the beach. This is where it is. So if you do want to go and see and do that. Also, great hotels, so you can go along and use some of their facilities. But a great place in Aruba. Then we're off from Aruba. We're going to go. This is part of the ABC Islands. So you've got Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. It's because it's not usually done. It's a little bit further round. So from Aruba to Curacao, you'll actually dock, and the actual quayside that you see there, there's a floating pontoon. It's the Queen Emma pontoon that you walk across. It's one of the best experiences. There's a lovely little shopping area. I don't know. You've got to let me know whether Coco the parrot's still kicking it about. Because Coco, he always used to sit on the end of the bar, just in the terminal, and always used to take the nuts. It was great. Anyway, good shopping in Curacao, and if you want a really good restaurant, try Governor Grill. It's very reasonable, a little bit off the beaten track, so have a look for that one, Governor Grill. I've just shared that one with you. Have that one on me. Anyway, then we've got a relaxing day at sea. And they're off to Tobago. Now, this is a fantastic port, full of history. You've got Fort King George perched up on the top of the hill there, and you've also got some fantastic, not banana plantations, but cocoa estates. This is one of the big places that they actually planted cocoa beans. So fantastic history there.
Now, I used to go to Scarborough as a kid.
Yeah,
There's very different Scarborough here, doesn't it?
Very different. Then we're off to St Lucia. Again, we talked about St Lucia earlier on. You dock in Castries, which is a fantastic town itself, but there's plenty to do. Go up into the Pitons. There's some lovely resorts up there that you can go for the day, or go to Marigot Bay. There's a great resort round there, but got a friend of mine that's just come back from there, and he highly recommended St Lucia. Then we're off to St Vincent. Well, we're actually off to a very small island. It's actually part of the Grenadines, which will be St Vincent. And if I said to you Mustique, this is where the celebs go. In fact, if you go back into the 60s, this is where Princess Margaret used to hang out. And there's actually a beach called Princess Margaret Beach.
I didn't know that.
Again, Princess Margaret, she, again, to speak respectfully of her royals, she knew how to enjoy herself. I think that's probably the best way to say it. There's also some fantastic history with musicians as well, recording at Mustique. So I love that. It'd be the type of place that I'd want to pick out really nice white linen trousers, nice pair of proper sandals, not flip-flops. Oh no, have a nice glass of wine.
And again, with the Silver Wind only being just over 17,000 tonnes, she can get to these smaller areas, can't she?
And dare I say, you know, sometimes when you're pulling on a large cruise ship, and there's another 5 cruise ships there, it does turn into, like, it's a busy place. When you've got a small cruise line, like Silversea's, pulling up into a port like that, you do feel as if it's your own, not private yacht, but, you know, you do feel a little bit more exclusive, shall we say.
Let's just show you this absolutely breathtaking ship. By the way, everyone that's booking tonight will get a free champagne gift as well. You also get $250 on board credit. Look at these suites.
Yeah, they're absolutely superb. And like we said, you know, butler service is offered to every guest on Silversea luxury cruise ships. You know, it is that experience that, you know, 222 crew to 226 passengers.
Wow.
Sorry, 296 passengers.
Yeah, you're going to be very well looked after.
Yeah.
You won't have to do a thing on this one, will you?
Do you know, I said this to Ruth earlier on. You know, when you think about chartering a yacht, you think, that'd be really posh, wouldn't it? Really swanky. I'd sit there with my sunglasses on and think, yeah, I'm the man. But you'd quickly get bored. I'd quickly get bored because there's nobody to talk to. But on this, you've got that, you sit there, be quiet, but then there's people around.
I know it will be the most amazing experience. It's really the very best. This is, you know, when it comes to cruising, this is pretty much it. This is the top of the tree. Let's just show you what's included, because it is everything. You know, you're also getting on board credit. I mean, you think what you could spend that on. I mean, spa treatments, things like that. But
a new CD.
Yeah, everything is included. So you also get the free champagne gift, the hotel stay in Barbados as well, and butler service in every single suite, and the beverage in suite throughout the ship, including champagne, selected wines and spirits as well. Price-wise, starting at just £2,999 per person, which is amazing for Silversea, really is. Right, time just to recap all 6 cruises that we've seen tonight. So,
all 6 cruises, mini cruises, and the last-minute deals. Go.
All right, here we go. Better get my teeth in. We start off with Royal Caribbean. Loads happening to the Independence of the Seas. Loads of brand new features for next year. And remember, if you book a balcony or a suite, you'll get free port parking. Deposit only tonight for this one, and it's all inclusive. So everything there included, your cocktails, spirits, and wines as well. And the first of a trampoline park at sea as well. Then we have the lovely Ruth from Celebrity, one of the best offers I've ever seen for Scandinavia and Russia. Brilliant prices, special promotion, treat a loved one. We've included those half-price savings in the price on the screen. And don't forget, if you are going for an ocean view or above, you'll get free unlimited drinks and half-price gratuities as well. Selected dates, the 23rd of June and 7th of July, you'll get a free upgrade from ocean view to balcony as well. We then moved on to Thomson. Another amazing deal from Thomson. Caribbean, free upgrade from inside to outside and a free upgrade to all-inclusive as well. So we've got exclusive discounts there, and return flights based on Gatwick, but also flights available from Manchester or Birmingham for just a supplement as well. 1229. Then we had a beautiful cruise around the Fjords. Now, as many of you will now know, Norwegian Cruise Lines have gone premium all-inclusive. So service charges, grats, and an amazing choice of drinks. Children can sell from only £669, and they'll get all of their soft drinks included as well, and the service charges. And don't forget, whenever we've got cruises out of Southampton, we've got a really great relationship with a Holiday Inn in Winchester, so you can stay there the night before, take all the stress out of travelling, and get free parking, of course, as well. Then we moved on to Riviera, gorgeous river cruise, 5-star, free Kindle with every booking. And if you'd like to upgrade to drinks with meals, we can do that from just £99 per person. Then, Justin, we finished with Silversea, 6-star.
Yeah, absolutely
Wow.
superb. You know, Caribbean cruise, butler service in every suite. You get a night stay in Barbados as well, and $250 on board credit per suite, and a free champagne gift as well. Everything's all inclusive, so fantastic. But we've also got our mini cruise breaks as well.
Yeah.
So next year, if you want to do a 2-night Royal Caribbean experience from Southampton from just $199, or a 3-night from $299, and that's on the Independence of the Seas.
And I want to go back on the Independence, so I might book the 17th of May, so look out for me. I'm a lot shorter in real life, just to let you know.
And, of course, we've got some last-minute deals. If you fancy cruising this October, so just a month away, then we've got a 7-night deal from Thomson going around the Iberian coast with Malaga from $659, and that's a free upgrade to outside cabin. And there's also a 7-night deal around Mallorca, again with Thomson from $629, again with another free upgrade to an outside cabin.
Justin, thank you so much. I love working with Justin because he did work on the cruise ships for many, many years, travel the world. And always...
I'm going to go and travel the world now because I won't see you until the 10th of October. So I'm
how
actually
many
going
weeks?
on holiday.
Well, listen, you have a great time. We will see you back in October.
Yes, you keep cruising.
Yeah, I will do. I'll be here next week, so we will see you with Planet Cruise next Tuesday. And if you didn't see anything that takes your fancy tonight, give us a call because we can find you any cruise with any company. I'll see you next week. Loads more coming up after this.